Alright guys, we're coming to you today from Fire and Dice. This is a locals that I normally come to. This is one of our players that comes to Fire and Dice a lot. Do you want to tell everyone who you are?
Hi, my name is Rish.
What place did you get today?
Today got second place out of like 18.
Cool, perfect. And then what deck were you playing today?
Today I played Evotel Guard Border. It's a standard format, so nothing really special. Just Evotel EX, Evotel Breakthrough, a 2/2 line of Trubbish and Guard Border, and of course 2 Shaman.
Cool, perfect. So let's go through your deck. So what did you? Let's start off with the Pokemon. What Pokemon did you play? So bring out the 3.
Okay, so pretty standard. Pretty good. 3 Evotel EX. That's my standard attacker. Of course, 2 Fright Night Evotel. So this Fright Night Evotel is really famous in the format. Pitch Black Spear could take multiple knockouts if you really set him up well, and also you should play smart. Sometimes your opponent tried to Parallel City to kill your Shamans. So that would not enable you to take knockout. But if you really set up your knockouts well, you'll be able to take multiple prizes in say 2 to 3 turns, and usually you use Evil Ball for the final knockout.
For the final knockout, cool.
Yeah, final
perfect.
2 prizes actually on the EX.
Cool. So we use this to set up, and then we do the final hit with the Yabata. Usually it's usually like that. Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So, what else did you play?
Okay, I played 2/2 line of Trubbish and 2/2 line of Trubbish Guard Border.
Okay.
And like I just said, this is my standard for ability lock. And I played 2/2 instead of 3/3 because sometimes 3/3 could be a dead draw.
You'll be too clunky.
Exactly,
Okay.
a little bit too clunky. I would play a 3/2, but that's just if you want to start with a Trubbish Guard Border lock turn 2. Obviously, Ultra Ball is pretty standard. You would, play 4, which I would show my item cards later. But 2/2 it's more of the little standard play.
Perfect. And the last Pokemon that you played in this deck?
2 Shaman EX. This is a little bit. This is also the standard for draw support.
Okay. And did you feel that you didn't have enough Shamans at one point while you were playing, or were you confident with just the 2 that you were playing?
Actually, to be honest, I'm very confident with 2 because 3 can, the 3rd Shaman EX should be a target for your opponent.
Okay. Cool. Perfect. All right. So that's the Pokemon lineup right there.
Yeah.
So let's go through the trainers.
Okay, so apart from Shaman, I do play 4 Sycamore for consistency.
Okay.
So 4 Sycamore. And usually I play 3 Snail, but this is the deck list that was piloted by Michael Kramawat that won the London International Tournament.
Cool.
And I decided to give it a try today. it looks pretty solid to me, and I saw some cards like Super Rod and Enhanced Hammer, and those cards that I feel kind of crucial in the game. So I decided to give it a try today's Storm, and I got second place. So
Okay.
3N.
Did you feel playing 3N came in handy, like when your opponent was already set up for the next turn?
Actually, and Sycamore were kind of like 50-50. It'll be more. There'll be more consistency if these were 4N and 4 Sycamore, but I chose 4/3 because it's the. The 3rd N could literally save me. I used 3N because one of the other ends could mess my opponent up late game, and the first 2 N is to give me if I don't get my Sycamores, at least I got an N to shuffle and get 6 cards. Though I don't take a knockout.
Cool, perfect. Okay. The next trainer that you played?
2 Lysanders.
2 Lysanders.
This is pretty standard, no brainer. Delinquent. This card is kind of famous in the standard format because stadium cards are actually really popular. So Delinquent could really come handy when your opponent has like 2 or 3 cards in hand and they have a Sycamore ready to go, but you kind of trap them with the Delinquent stadium discard.
Yes, they don't discard and discard the 3 cards.
Now, Pokemon Center Lady is another card I play for the Fright Night matchup. So, if my opponent plays the mirror match and he tries to, try to get an early game or early to mid game Pitch Black Spirit coming, I have Center Lady to save me a couple of times, and I could even use Fright Night to, if say if my opponent doesn't play Garbodor, I can use Fright Night to pull up their Hoopa
and double hit the Hoopa.
Not really double hit the Hoopa, but Fright Night to lock my opponent from retreating with a Floatstone.
Okay.
So I can Center Lady twice to, heal damage off my Pokemon.
Perfect.
And Team Flare Grunt is an addition to, in case if I don't play Crushing Hammer, so Team Flare Grunt is a card that
helps for the destruction.
Enables me to discard my opponent's energy card.
Cool, perfect. Right, so that was the supporter lineup.
Yeah.
So now let's get into the trainers.
Alrighty, so the pretty standard, every deck has 4 of these Ultra Ball.
So 4 Ultra Balls?
Yep.
How many cards do you need?
And of course, in an Evital deck, in the standard format, you definitely play 4 Max Elixirs to get your energy coming as quick as possible for you to take fast and hard knockouts around the field.
Yes.
And obviously, in every deck, you would see 4 VS Seeker for consistency, obviously.
Yes, the consistency is always good.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay, what else did you play? So here's some of the techie cards that you played.
Yeah. So I played apart from the Flare Gun, as you saw, I played 2 Enhanced Hammer. Okay, so my opponent tries to if my opponent, if I do see my opponent coming with a hard KO, I have my Enhanced Hammer to disrupt my opponent if he sets up pretty hard.
Did you encounter a Giratina deck today?
No.
No, but if you did, this would come in very handy against it, correct?
Actually, to be honest, it would come in more handy via Jolteon decks that rely heavily more on DCEs rather than the Max Elixir Turn Basic Wall.
Okay.
So, Enhanced Hammer in that way actually helped me.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
I play Escaper because I do play another card called the Floatstone, which I will show after I completely show my item cards. So I do play Escape Rope. So, say for example, Escape Rope is actually handy when you have a Garbodor, the ability to lock with a Floatstone. Then you play Escape Rope, you promote Garbodor, and then you kind of like force disruption on your opponent. Then you promote the attacker that you want to attack with.
Perfect. So it throws your opponent off, and it lets you set up as well.
Exactly. Pretty much. This is the same. One of the purpose of Escape Rope in this deck, because you want you to have Fright Night spreading damage all over the board. Escape Rope could also give you, the last 2 prizes for the knockout.
Correct.
And Super Rod. This is actually very essential in the deck. It gets back your energy, as well as your attackers. So if I have a Fright Night the Breakthrough Evital that was knocked out, I could Super Rod it back, and if I have not used my Max Elixirs early game, I could use the Max Elixir. Probably get, instead of having a Dark and a double colorless attached to your Evital, I could use the Max Elixir like once or twice, and then attach your basic Darkness, and then you could still attack. You can still power up the Evital Breakthrough in 1 turn.
Perfect. That sounds like a combo right there, and it sounds like a good combo.
To be honest, it's one combo that would throw off your opponent when you try to set up knockouts and when they're unable to, especially when you do the Enhanced Hammer or Team Flare Gun combo to
lock your opponent or slow them down.
To throw their energy off the field.
Yeah.
So yeah, I prefer to play 3 Floatstone and 3 Fury Belt for consistencies. Consistency. Yeah. 2 consistency. Yeah.
Yeah. So we played 3 Floatstone because we want to get that Floatstone on the Garbodor as fast as possible, so we can ability lock the opponent.
Yeah.
And then the Fury Belt, it just gives that Yvelta the extra little kick it needs to get those extra knockouts.
Also even the Fright Night when you have Floatstone. When you ability lock with Garbodor, which means it turns off the Fright Night, which means you can. Every tool that's in play has an effect.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so that was the trainer lineup. And the stadiums that you played.
Nothing really special, just the basic 2 parallel city.
So did you have trouble when it came to the stadium war? Like, you know, some people, they play 4 stadiums. Did you have an issue with that today?
Actually, to be honest, what I would do in my usual strategy, I would use delinquent to discard their stadium card, which means they're forced to discard cards off the hand, then play my parallel city. When you play parallel city, a lot of people have this confusion where you play parallel city, people usually think that you could play another parallel city to change the side, but actually no, because parallel city is the same. I mean, you have to play you can't play the card that
has the same name.
Has the same name on field.
So the ruling here is that if there's already a parallel city, even though it's facing a different direction, another parallel city cannot take its place because it will not replace it because it's the same name card.
Exactly.
So yeah.
So usually what I would do with the delinquent, I would play delinquent, throw my parallel city, and then the new parallel city would come, which, you know, pretty much would control my...
Were there times when you were playing today that you threw away your own parallel city to discard 3 cards from your opponent's hand?
Actually, there was one time in game 2, round 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool, perfect. And last but not least, the energy lineup.
I do play 9 basic dark. So pretty much standard for Evoltal Garbodor, 9 basic dark. Some people play 8. You don't usually see 7 or 6, but 9 is pretty much the standard for for Evoltal Garbodor decks. Because Evoltal EX these days in the format, versus decks like Greninja, you kind of want to take the knockout quick as possible.
Perfect.
So,
and then playing 9 dark energies, 9 basic energies. Did you ever have an instance where you played a max elixir and you missed?
You know what? Actually, yes. You do. I mean, you know, though the standard format, Primal Clash on, you do have a little bit of. Luck is still a thing in the standard format. Just that. Sometimes it really does hurt. It really does mean a lot. That one energy that actually meaning the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
So does that mean, like, now that you've tested the deck, now that you played it a little bit more, will you add more energies, or are you fine with the 9 energies that you have in your deck?
Actually, to be honest, I do feel comfortable with 9 energies, because if I were to cut one out, I kind of afraid
that it might hurt the deck.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
And,
all right.
Yeah, and of course the standard for 4 DCs.
Okay. And the 4 DCs mostly for the Yabelza for the Y Cyclone.
Usually Evo Bong Y Cyclone.
Okay, perfect.
Like I just mentioned, decks like Greninja, if you want to take the knockout, having a bunch of energies and a couple of 1 or 2 DCs is kind of vital to keep with the Garbodor lock going. Because, without the Garbodor lock, your bad matchup would be Greninja.
Okay, perfect. And are you going, so my last question is, it's not deck related, are you going up north to San Jose?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and what deck will you be playing at San Jose this weekend?
To be honest, I do have a few options. There's Dark, there's, for me, I have either Dark, Trevenant, or... usually I'm comfortable with Dark, and for Expanded, I do play Dark, either Turbo Dark or Evital. Those are the tier 1 decks. Or I might just play. Night March could be a sort of like a risky play. You don't want to run into someone that plays Karen.
Right, because Karen is a thing and it is scary.
It is very scary when you play. Some players, what they do is they, if they still have the DCs in their hand when you play Night March, you can time puzzle for the Battle Compressor. And get the Night Marches coming by.
Right. Okay. So we'll either see you playing Night March or some type of variation of Dark, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, pretty much, yeah. Or probably Trevenant.
Cool. Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much, Rish. Hopefully we'll be seeing you at the top tables this weekend. With that said, thank you everyone for watching the channel. please like and subscribe. If you want to see more deck profiles, we are coming to you today from Fire and Dice, our locals out here in San Fernando Valley. Thanks everyone. Peace for now.